Hey guys, Kyle Miller from Mortgage Center Ottawa checking in today on the video blog. And it's been a busy month, which is a good thing, so I appreciate all the support from everybody who's been out there supporting the business. And a couple things I want to bring to your, well, not a couple things. One thing I want to bring to your attention, because I've seen a couple come across my desk and had a few inquiring phone calls about their situation, is people who are in bankruptcy, a consumer proposal or credit counseling situation, and whether or not they can refinance or remortgage or do anything with their mortgage in terms of maybe even just stepping out to buy a house. And what I want to make sure everybody's clear about is that those situations are fairly drastic, but it isn't the end of the world. Especially through here with a mortgage agent or mortgage broker like myself, we have a lot more options for people who have had to go that route than your traditional lender, your traditional bank. A lot of banks don't want to touch that situation because whether you like it or not, and the truth might hurt here, you've labeled yourself as a risk to lend to. That's why if you're bankrupt, you can still get a car. It's a secured loan against the car, but your rate's going to be much higher. Not really different than a house. If you're in bankruptcy and it's discharged, so it's done, but you're riding out that 7-year wave, you can still buy a house. But I got to tell you right now, your rates aren't going to be like the guy off the street walking in with a credit and getting, discounted rates like we can offer to them that are the best rates out there. It just doesn't happen. You've labeled yourself as a risk. Doesn't make you a bad person. Don't get me wrong. Bad things happen to good people all the time. It just means you're there, you've done it, that's the decision you made, and we're going to help you work through it. And that's what we can do. So that's what I just want to put it out there and saying. If you've had to go that route into something like a bankruptcy or a credit proposal, that is difficult to go through. As long as it's under control now and we can show a few things like reestablished credit and the fact that your job is steady and income is good and you're living within your means, we can get you back on the track. We can get you back on a path, using your mortgage, getting you a mortgage, refinancing your home to help you out. We can do that. We just tend to do it in shorter terms, a little bit higher interest to kind of prove that you're back on track and you can manage the money maybe a little bit better than you could back at the time. And again, bad things happen to good people all the time. Maybe it wasn't your fault. Divorce is very common, and that happens a lot in divorce where people can't support the payments when they were used to using 2 incomes and now they're down to 1. With our aging population, mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, they get sick. We have to cover expenses that we weren't ready for. Credit cards just don't seem that important at that time. And that's what can happen. And that's okay. We just have to deal with it now. And that's what I'm saying is that for people who are in that situation, we can help you. And if you're ever in that situation and want to talk about it, thinking about going into that situation maybe because of your situation, all I'm suggesting to you is this. Get informed. You can make, those decisions can last for you for a very long time. Upwards of 7 to 8 years. It can affect your credit, can affect your life. Your situation might change, but that's going to drag on for a long time. You would definitely want to know what you're getting yourself into. I've attached some pretty cool articles from a bankruptcy trustee. I got to tell you, I don't know him personally. I have no ties to this guy. I was reading his stuff. It made a lot of sense. It was quite simple to understand. That's why I thought I'd pass it on to you. By all means, do your research. Find out what's the right step for you. But at the end of the day, if you need help, by all means, give me a shout and we'll see what we can do if this is a situation you're in. As usual, thanks for tuning in. You can always drop me an email at kyle@mortgagecenteraottawa.com. Give me a call, 613-863-1979. Check out the website, kylemillermortgages.ca. Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. It's all going to be in the credits in a second. So thanks very much, guys. We'll talk to you soon.